What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and make sure you smash like for another huge W for old boy JD and a big fat L for Miss AH as a brutal new development in the ongoing lawsuit has developed, and I'm happy to report it. On top of a recent interview in which JD talks about how he is openly being blacklisted in Hollywood, and that's something I think we can all agree that is definitely happening. By the way, if you are watching this video and you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing today. It seems like YouTube is doing something funny with subscribers. A lot of people are telling me they're getting unsubscribed. So if you think you are and you're not, please do consider clicking that red subscribe button down below. It'll be the only way you really find my videos, and I would greatly appreciate it. Now, there is a $50 million suit in place by actor Johnny Depp in order to clear his name or to get retribution for what many think are bald-faced lies spotted by AH in a single article that ruined his career, leading to his blacklisting. Now, AH has been trying to get a judge for many months now to drop this case, and she's taken two pretty big L's in the last week. A few days ago, if you haven't been following this story, a judge ruled that the ACLU must disclose whether or not she actually donated the $7 million that she claimed she would have. Why is that important? Well, because a huge cornerstone of her "I'm not a gold digger" article was that, or position, is that she donated the money. The problem is, I don't think she did. We already know that she didn't donate the money to the hospital that she claimed she did. It was only a small amount with promised payments over the next couple of years. And I'm sure that the same is true for the ACLU, which, as we see it, or as some of the evidence points, they were behind a lot of this. They helped write a lot of these articles. They helped her with her press in smearing Johnny Depp. So she loses big in Virginia courtroom. JD's suit moves forward to trial. A Virginia judge slammed AH's attempt to dismiss JD's suit, calling it misguided and puzzling. As a result, JD's suit against his former wife will move along toward trial, which is scheduled for next year. Depp has been involved in two separate suits, one on each side of the Atlantic Ocean to be exact, over AH's ongoing claims that he was a terrible person. In the UK, Depp went after the British outlet The Sun over an article describing him as something terrible. In the headline, Depp's claim was dismissed after a British court held a 3-week trial and found the headline to be substantially true, which I thought was extraordinarily frustrating. I know I'm biased here, but maybe just like not all the evidence got released to the public, but I just don't see a scenario where you could call that substantially true. I think it was pretty obvious that there was at least some question to it. In a separate case proceeding in Fairfax County, he's going after AH for the 2018 Washington Post op-ed in which she spoke out about being on the receiving end of some bad behavior. And again, I've always said, and I will continue to say, that I have no doubt in my mind that both of them did some bad things. The trouble is, only one of them got any consequences, and that's where my interest starts and stops. If they had both been terminated, removed from movies, removed from Hollywood, life would go on. But only one of them did, and I don't think AH really made any good case for it. So following the UK's ruling against Depp, which we know will hurt, she tried to move to dismiss the case in Virginia. In her motion, she made a number of legal arguments, all of which amounted to the same ask, that the Virginia court simply used the UK court's finding to find it substantially true that he is in fact someone that does bad things. Under American law, there are several mechanisms by which a court will rely on the factual findings in one case for the use of a separate one. These concepts include collateral estoppel, res judica, and comity, all of which require a party to convince a court that the fairness of one court's deferring to another. Obviously, that wasn't the case. The judge's opinion explained, AH argued the court should apply this, because the Sun said so, and the judge called it ridiculous. AH tried one last argument in a motion to dismiss, namely that the Virginia court must recognize the UK judgment or risk setting a, quote, dangerous precedent that would create a, quote, chilling effect for other people on the receiving end of bad behavior. As Karate used her opinion to school AH on some differences between American and British defamation law. Defamed parties, explained the judge, are more likely to bring suit in England in general due to their more favorable defamation laws. As a result, the real risk is that defamation plaintiff will use a favorable ruling in England to circumvent a stricter American law. If anything, wrote the judge, upholding an English libel judgment in the United States would create the chilling effect and could create a dangerous precedent. Though the judge called Heard's arguments misguided and only thinly supported by pre-existing law, they declined to issue sanctions that JD had requested. This is a huge L. I think by the time this is all said and done, we're not exactly going to see a lot of justice. I think Johnny is probably done for a significant amount of time in terms of, what he can do in Hollywood. He's got plenty of money, plenty of royalties, so the man will be fine. But it is frustrating. Again, I've talked about this many times, though. I think it's I'm very excited for the marketing for Aquaman 2 to spin up, because every single Facebook post, every single tweet, every single interview on YouTube is going to be mired with comments about the co-star's bad acting. I'm sorry, bad actions. Bad acting also applies. And it's going to tank the box office. That on top of, by the way, it would appear that Western viewers have moved beyond Cape films. You can see, according to JD, the past 5 years have been surreal for him. It's like getting scratched by a kitten, he said, of what he's been through comparatively. He's also reflected on the film not being released in the U.S. He's talking about another film. One man, one actor in an unpleasant and messy situation over the last number of years, he said, but I'm moving towards where I need to go to make all that, to bring these things to light. He's talking about, the boycott. I think... I'm not sure that it's a boycott so much as you're probably too hot to handle right now. I think down the road, someone will probably give him some work. You can see JD claims his latest film, Minamata, hasn't opened in the U.S. because he's being blacklisted by Hollywood over his ongoing legal issues. We looked these people in the eyeballs, and they promised we would not be exploitative, that the film would be respectful. Depp told the British newspaper in The Times in an interview published Saturday, I believe we've kept our end of the bargain, but those who came in later should also maintain theirs. MGM, an American media company, acquired the film for distribution in October and previously set a February 5th release date. However, the date was later postponed, and MGM said it was due to the lockdowns. Minamata follows a war photographer named Eugene Smith as he documents the effects of mercury on the citizens of Minamata, Japan. Some films touch people, he said, in the times of the weekend, and the effects of those in Minamata, and the people experience similar things. And for anything for Hollywood boycott of me, one man, one actor in an unpleasant, messy situation over the last couple of years. The actor then added, but I'm moving towards where I need to go to make all of that, to bring this all to light. The director appears to back JD's claims that the film studios are letting the Pirates of the Caribbean's personal issues get in the way. According to The Times, the filmmaker wrote a letter to MGM last month in which he accused the movie studio of being concerned that of the personal issues of an actor in the film could negatively reflect upon them. Well, obviously, I think any idiot could see that's what's going on here. It sucks for everyone else in that film, though. Who didn't co-sign any of his bad behavior, didn't do anything necessarily wrong. I really wish that we would be getting an update on this sooner as opposed to next year, but it is nice to see a couple of positive things moving forward, including we'll find out if the money was ever given to the ACLU. My money is on no, it wasn't. And obviously, we know that the case is now going forward. And maybe will continue to annoy the judge so badly that maybe they'll take extra time to make sure they get this one right, because I don't think they got it right in the UK. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.